Hello, guys. Good morning. Let's begin our class. Hi. Good to see you. So it's nice to be here, right? Today is Wednesday. Finally, right? Halfway through. And today is March 16th, 2022. This is Wide Angle 1, and we're doing Unit 11. All right, so we just have a few more classes to go. Then the book is over. It's so nice, isn't it, people? So welcome to our class. Let me show you our page on Google Classroom. This is the way we start. We review the topics from last class in terms of homework, and then we see what we're up to today, okay? What our agenda is for today. So, let's see if you have any questions about the homework. So let's go back 1 week, okay? So we can check out the assignments I gave you and see if you have any questions. All right, so last week, we talked about present continuous, writing things informally, like informal emails, learning styles, and we started talking about ing forms as subjects. The homework was online practice unit 11.2 and some worksheets. Okay, here they are. So, did you have a chance to do your homework? Do you have any questions? No questions? Is everything okay? Yes? All right. If you have any questions, please let me know. Okay? So, now back to this week, March 16th. We are going to start today from unit 128. I'm backing up a little bit because I want to reinforce ing forms as subjects, right? And then we move on, all right? So, to start the lesson, I would like to open this file and show you that. So let me, oh, by the way, guys, this site is from Walden University, right? Just so you know that it's a reliable site. It's from a university. And it talks about verb forms, ing. Of course, it has more topics. If you want to explore, feel free, okay? So here, what matters to us is the first one here that talks about the ing form. We all know it, right? We have been introduced to that before. And today we're going to see one specific aspect of this ing form. So let me just zoom in a little bit so you can see better, especially the ones who are online. Let me just go back here because accidentally I think, yes. Is it clear for you? Can you see? Is it the size of the font? Is it good for you to see? Yeah? Okay. All right. So let me just go back here because I think I accidentally, when I was trying to zoom in, yeah. So let's take a look here. No, not this one here. Where is the page? Sorry, guys. I was there, but then suddenly it changed. I don't get it. I'm sorry.
Teacher, I think the last page was the page that you were about.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, really. I was right there, but this one here?
Yeah.
But the page that I saw and the page that I...
Yeah, it is not like that.
It's not like this one.
So, to close this page and open the link again. So
Yeah.
you
Maybe here?
look.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay. I got it. Sorry, guys. Oh, I'm sorry. So here they start by saying, learn to use the ing, the infinitive, and the past participle in regular verbs. This is formed by adding a d to the end of the verb. Okay, guys. Verb forms correctly can be challenging. When do you use finishing versus to finish? Do you know when we use each one? Sometimes it can be tricky. So, to find more information about when to use an ing, an infinitive, or a past participle, look up the word in an online dictionary. Here they give some tips, like Merriam-Webster, the Corpus of Contemporary American English, right? But here they bring some explanation. So here are 6 common uses of the ing form. So first, we use ing in the progressive verb tenses, as you know. Present continuous, right? Past continuous. So all the continuous tenses use the verb form ing. So here we have the examples, right? Always in the active voice, all right? So can you read the example, please, Julie? The 3 examples. Good. Mm-hmm. All right. Good. Thank you. Let me try to make it. All right.
Yeah.
I think now it's better. All right. So here we have 3 examples of the progressive verb tense. We have the present continuous, the present perfect continuous, and the past continuous. All right. So the second situation when I use the verb with ing form is when I use the verb as a noun. Okay, so I can change this. I can make the verb look like a noun in a sentence, right? And then I can use that verb as the subject of the sentence, for example. Okay, so can you read the examples here, please, Felipe?
Okay. Writing is an important skill. Writing is one of my favorite activities. Reading before bed helps me fall asleep.
Great, thank you. So as you noticed, we are using verbs as subjects, right? So this is possible only and if only we put ing suffix or we use the ing form. This is called gerund, all right? This structure here. So as you noticed, when I use a verb as a noun and as the subject of the sentence, the verb is always conjugated if it's in the present simple. The verb is conjugated in the third person singular, like he, she, or it. Okay, guys? So, whenever I use a verb as a noun and it's the subject of the sentence, the verb I use is in the third person singular form, right? Like he, she, or it. Of course, if I'm using the present simple, the other tenses, we don't have any difference. But in the present, yes, we do, right? So writing is, hiking is, reading before bed helps. All right? This is how we do it. Hi, Maria Eduarda. Good morning. Welcome. Good to see you. We are just introducing the topic. Okay, Maria Eduarda, this is not from the book. This is from a site. Okay? All right. So here, look, the ing noun or gerund can be the direct object of certain verbs. So this is another situation where I can use a verb plus ing, okay? As a gerund or a verb as a noun. Okay, guys, just be careful. Gerund has no relationship with gerúndio in Portuguese. No relationship. Don't mix it up. Okay, guys, this is a false cognate. Be careful, okay? All right. Good morning, Duda. Good to see you. Welcome. So let me repeat this information. The word gerund in English is not gerúndio in Portuguese. Okay?
So what it means?
Gerund means verb as a noun. This is the idea. This is the meaning of gerund. When I use a verb as a noun, not as a verb. Okay? Because gerúndio in Portuguese is present progressive or present continuous. So the word continuous is equivalent to gerúndio in Portuguese. Okay? So present continuous. I am doing my homework. This is our gerúndio. Okay? Here, I have been writing all day. Present, perfect, continuous. In the past, I was writing when the pizza arrived. Past, continuous. All right? So continuous is equivalent to our gerúndio. And now, what we are talking about here is verbs as a noun. Okay, if you don't know the meaning of noun, do you know, Felipe, what's the meaning of the word noun? Okay, Julie, all right? So when I use a verb as a noun, which means substantivo in Portuguese, then this is what I call gerund. Okay? So this is not a verb anymore. Writing is an important skill, especially when I translate that sentence to Portuguese. I have to use infinitive in the translation. So it makes sense, right? So hiking is one of my favorite activities. There you go. In Portuguese, I say the same sentence, but using the infinitive form. In English, it has to be the gerund, okay? Not gerúndio, okay? Look, the ing noun or gerund, you see, can be the subject, but it can also be the direct object of certain verbs. Some verbs that are followed by a gerund are, here we have a list, a small list, okay? There are more. Admit, avoid, consider, deny, discuss, practice, recall, suggest. Look at the examples when we use a gerund as an object. Look, he often avoids answering his phone. Avoid, if you don't know, guys, means evitar, okay, in Portuguese. So he avoids, okay?
It isn't she like one of these verbs? I like playing video games.
Yes, the same. After verbs like emotion verbs, we use a gerund. Love, hate, okay? It's because here they are not giving the complete list.
Yeah.
Just some examples, okay? But we have the emotion verbs that take a gerund after them. I love swimming. That's a gerund, okay? So here, I consider conducting semi-structured interviews. So I considered that. This is the noun used as an object, okay? She suggested taking notes. So if I substitute this for she suggested that, I can see that it's a noun, not a verb anymore, okay? In English, it's the way it is, okay? In Portuguese, we change a verb into a noun by using the infinitive, okay? So we also have the gerund or the ing form after prepositions, okay? So whenever I use a preposition in a sentence, and after the preposition I want to use a verb, I have to change this verb. I have to change this verb into a gerund. Look. Can you read the examples, please, Felipe?
For conducting the research, it is necessary to complete the literature review.
Literature.
Literature.
Yes.
Her experience in interviewing will be beneficial. He is bad at remembering appointments. They complain about driving in rush hour.
Rush hour. So just say that. Before is a preposition. So after the preposition, look what happened to the verb. ing. This is not, again, I want to say this one more time so you don't mix it up. This is not gerúndio. Okay, guys? Gerúndio is present continuous. This is not present continuous. Okay, guys? This is using a verb as a noun, okay? So I have to just add the suffix ing to the verb. Before doing this, before going, before leaving, before writing, before speaking, okay? Her experience in interviewing. This is also a gerund, okay? Verb as a noun. He's bad at remembering appointments. So at is a preposition, just like before and here. They complained about driving in rush hour, okay? About is a preposition. So the same phenomenon happens when I use verbs after prepositions. So when do we use gerunds? Usually after prepositions, after certain verbs, after emotion verbs, love, hate, like. When I talk about things in general, because I have like as something more flexible when I use like in love. I can use after these verbs, I can use infinitive if I want. When I talk about specific things, for example, I like to study online on the train. So when I'm on the train, I like to study online. I mean, not having classes, but I like to study, I like to to do activities using apps, you know. So I like to study online when I'm on the train. So here is specific. Now, if I want to say that I like studying online in general, everywhere, all the time, I like studying online, then I have to use the Gerund. Oh, I really like studying online. Okay? So then, I'm just opening here a parenthesis to say that with the verbs like and love, which are emotion verbs, I can be flexible concerning the use of gerund. I can use, hi Stephanie, good morning. I can use infinitive when I'm specific. But in general, emotional verbs plus gerund. Okay? So after prepositions, after emotion verbs, after certain verbs that are not emotion verbs, okay, I use a gerund. And also when I use a verb as a subject. Okay? This is the topic, this is the point that Unit 11, White Angle 1, brings to us when we use a gerund as a subject, okay? But I have to show you the other possibilities. Okay, guys, so let's go there. Oh, is it? Yeah, oh my God. So guys, if you have your book, open your books to page 128. This is where we have this topic. Okay, so I'll give you some time to open your book. Look, we're going to see the grammar in context box. Okay. This lesson, guys, as you remember, talks about learning. Remember, learning is the topic of Unit 11. So here, they are giving examples about this topic, okay? But in this specific part, we have the use of ing forms as subjects, okay? So let's see that. Look, we can use the ing form of a verb as a noun. It can be the subject of a sentence. Example, Julie, can you please read the example? Good, thank you. So look, as you can see here, we have a verb as a noun. And then I have to use ing because it's the subject of the sentence. All right? Good. So here we have some practice exercises. They want us here in the 5 to find 7 ing forms of verbs used as subjects in the article. So this is the article, and I think last class we have already done that, but I think we did this last class. I don't know. I have the impression we have already done it. Let's see. Here we have them marked out for you. Look. The first one that talks about visual learners. Look at the verb used as a noun here. Seeing is the best way to learn. That's the first one, so you can mark. The next one, showing them the information helps them remember it better. Again, it's the subject of the sentence. Actually, guys, to make it clear for you, The subject of the sentence is everything here. Okay, so you know. This is the subject. Everything here is the subject. Okay, showing them the information. Da, 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 da. Then comes the complement. Okay, the next one. Auditory learners. The first example. Listening is the best way to understand something. The subject. Okay. The next. Reading out loud to hear the information is helpful. Here, the subject is reading out loud. I'm just showing the subject, okay, guys, but the activity here only wants the ing forms, okay? But I'm going a little further and I'm showing you the subject, okay? The next one. Talking to native speakers, so this is the subject, is a good activity for auditory language learners. And here, the last one, kinesthetic learners. Doing something is the most important way to learn it. So the subject is doing something. So here we have examples, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the other one is here, right? Learning is fine. So the subject is learning. Okay. So this is number 7. All right. Let me just erase this here so we don't have this confusion of the yellow lines. Here it's not. Okay, now everything is okay. Oh, just this part here, let me fix. Because I want to highlight only the subjects, okay? And of course, just as an observation here, just for you to observe, we always use verbs in the third person singular after that, okay? So here we have it, here the same, here the same helps. Listening is, reading out loud to hear the information is helpful. Here, the subject is a little longer. Okay, guys, let me highlight the subject there because I think we missed reading out loud to hear the information. This is the subject. Okay? Yes, I forgot. This is only the beginning. Reading out loud, it's just the beginning, but we have here reading out loud to hear the information, and then here we have the verb and the complement. Okay, so this is the subject. Talking to native speakers is, okay, doing something is, all right. Okay, guys, now look at the pictures. Write 2 to 3 ing verbs to describe the actions in each picture. Here, guys, if we are describing the actions, we should use present continuous to describe the action. We could do that, okay, but we could also use or make up sentences using a verb as a noun, all right? So let's see the first one. What is happening here?
It seems he's learning.
Okay, very good. It seems he is learning how to play a musical instrument. Okay, and here, number 2.
She's visiting.
She's visiting Paris. Okay. And number 3,
Researching.
she's doing research. Okay, apparently she's doing research. Okay, we described the actions. Now, if we want to create now different sentences using ing or a verb in the ing form as a subject, what could we do here? What sentence could we create for this picture? Yeah. Yes, because we are describing. Yeah. They seem. Yeah, they seem to be studying music. Okay, but this is the present continuous. They seem to be studying music. All right. What I want now is not to describe the actions. I want to use the ing as the subject. Different, okay? For example, I can say here, studying music is fun. This is more like an opinion, okay? So I can say studying music is fun. That's something possible. I can say that. Okay. I can write here, look. Studying music is fun. Okay? Of course, this is not what number 6 is asking. Number 6 is asking to describe the actions only, okay? They don't want us to do this. I'm just giving this example as something extra, okay? So picture number 1, I can say that. Now, let's see picture number 2. All right. What is happening here in picture number 2? She is visiting France or Paris. So how can we make a sentence about that activity? So in this case, now we are not describing. We are talking about.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk about the woman. We can talk about the action of visiting Paris. Okay? Sightseeing. Oh, okay. She is sightseeing in Paris. Yeah. This is to describe the action. Uh-huh. Fine. Okay. So sightseeing, we can change the adjective. Sightseeing in Paris. Instead of saying is fun, we can say is exciting. Okay? All right? This is now our opinion about the picture. Okay, guys? We are just talking about now. We are not describing anymore. We described already before, okay? Sightseeing in Paris is exciting. Yes, really. Number 3. What can you say about doing research?
Researching is important.
Doing research. Yes. Doing research is important. for science. We can complement like this, okay? There we go. Doing research is important for science. Okay, guys, so we have here 3 examples of a gerund as a subject, okay? So we have here actually 3 gerunds: studying, sightseeing, and doing research. Okay. Okie dokie. Yes. Good. I will leave it there. So let's go over now to the next page and practice a little bit more. Here, I think we did this last class, right, Julie? I'm just reinforcing, okay? So here, they want us to listen to a noun due there and complete the sentences about the pictures from exercise number 6, okay? The previous exercise. And they say, use ing forms, all right? So if you missed last class, you can copy the answers, no problem. I will play the audio anyway, all right, people, because this is very important, okay?
Picture 1.
Playing music is fun. Taking lessons is one way to learn how to do it.
Picture 2.
Seeing new places is always interesting. Traveling is the best way to learn about other countries.
Picture 3.
Studying science can teach us a lot about the world. Using computers helps scientists with their work.
Okay, Stephanie. Okay, Duda. All right. So always remember, you have access to the audios of the book on the platform, okay? So you can listen all the audios from your lessons if you go to your online practice. There is a part there where you have the resources. You click on resources, and then you will see all the audios, all the videos from the book. Okay, guys? So you can have access to that. It helps you study and practice listening. Okay? That's very good. Now, here we have the answers. Let me just show you the answers. Everything correct. Okay? I mean, the answer correction. So as you can see, we are using gerunds as subjects, okay? Playing music, look. Taking lessons, then the verb. Seeing new places, then the verb, right? Traveling, then here we have the verb. Studying science, then we have the verb. You see, it's not necessary to be the verb to be all the time. We can use other verbs, all right? Even modal verbs, okay? So studying science can teach us, right? Using computers helps. All the verbs except the modal verb, but all the other verbs should be in the third person singular. Okay? All right? Just to show you that because we are giving examples in the present, we have this situation. But if I want to write a sentence in the past, it's okay. I can use the subject here, right? The gerund in a sentence in the past. It's the same thing, all right? Okay, no problem. Past, future, okay? I can give you an example. Let me give you an example in the past so you know, okay? Suppose I traveled to New York last year. Suppose I didn't, okay, guys? I didn't, but suppose I did, all right? And now I'm talking about my trip to New York. So I'm going to going to New York was a great experience. Look, my sentence is in the past, but I'm using my subject in the ing form. It doesn't change. I'm saying that going to New York was a great experience. Look at the subject. This is my subject. Oh, it doesn't change now. Okay, guys, I wanted to highlight only the subject. So let me see if I can underline it somehow. I don't know if I can do it here. I don't think so. Anyway, this is the subject. Now, let me give an example in the future, okay? Here we go. Let me see here. Look, I'm giving an example of a course in Paris that I want to do in the future. So I can use the verb as the subject and have a sentence in the future. It's okay, right? Look, I'm saying that studying French in Paris will be fantastic. Suppose I'm planning to go to Paris and I say, look, guys, I'm really excited. I can't wait. I really want to go. So I know that studying French in Paris will be fantastic. All right? So it doesn't matter the tense of the sentence. I should always remember, if I'm using a verb as a subject, I should always use ing. Okay? All right. Done. All right, people. So here we have a questionnaire that I think we started last week, but we haven't actually finished. Okay, so let's say, what's your learning style? So here they want us, I think I asked you to do this for homework, right? Read the sentences and choose if you do the things always, sometimes, or never, okay? So let's see the first one. I understand information better when I can watch a video about it. So how do you feel? Is it always like that for you? Sometimes or never? In my case, it helps a lot, but I don't necessarily need to watch a video all the time. I can watch a video sometimes. It's not so strong. I don't know about you, so you choose, okay, guys? So here you can say sometimes or always. Let's put always there. I learn well when the teacher speaks and explains things to us. So, what did you put, Julie? Always. Okay. I learn best when the teacher shows us how to do something and then asks us to do it. So it's when you have the practice right after. Is it really necessary for you to do the activity right after?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Okay. I like it when the teacher gives examples on the board. Okay. Remember, this is totally personal. Okay, guys, you can choose whatever you want. Okay. I can learn a new song by listening to it a few times. Can you just learn the song by listening to it, or do you need to have the lyrics? Sometimes it's necessary, right? Because you don't really understand what the person is saying, right? So we can, well, in my case, yeah. It also depends on the song. It depends on the band or the singer.
Yeah.
So it depends a lot. So, all right. Sitting through an hour-long class is boring. I need to get up and move around. So always, okay. When I learn a new word, I need to see how it's spelled. Yes? You think it's necessary? Yes. Working through problems is easier when I talk about them with another student. Sometimes. This is mostly in mathematics, physics, right? Because then you have to work through problems. Playing a game is a great way for me to learn and remember a lesson. Okay. Then here we have, they want us to read the questions in the questionnaire. Which questions relate to visual, auditory, or kinesthetic learners? So let's see, here we have the answers already. Letter V stands for visual, okay? So if this is true for you, this information here relates to visual learners, okay? When it's important for you to watch a video so you can understand information better, then it shows you are visual, okay? Likewise, the next one here talks about the ability to understand something just by listening to the teacher. So if you listen to the teacher, that's enough, okay? So then here it's auditory. A stands for auditory. Now the next one, when you learn best, when the teacher shows the students how to do something, and then the teacher asks you to do it. So it's hands-on experience. You do the activity. So then it's kinesthetic. It relates to the kinesthetic style of learning. Okay. Here, Visual, because when you see examples on the board. Next one, listening to a song is okay for you. After a few times, you know the song. Auditory. Now here, if you can't stand still, if you can't sit for a long time or like an hour in a class, if you feel it's boring, then it may show you are kinesthetic, okay? If you like moving around. When I learn a new word, I need to see how it's spelled. Visual, totally, right? Now, working through problems is easier when I talk about. So talking to other people is enough for you. You're auditory. And finally, playing a game shows you are kinesthetic because you are doing, okay? All right, now look back at the article on page 128 and write VA or K next to each item. So we have already corrected that. Now here, count the number of answers you got and try to see here if you are more visual or auditory or kinesthetic, because here you have the V, look. So how many always answers did you give for visual learning style? So here we have 1, 2, only 2. How many for auditory? 1, 2, 2 again. How many for kinesthetic? 1, only 1. So according to this quiz and the answers we gave, we are visual and auditory. Okay. Most of the time, guys, we are a balance of the 3 learning styles.
Yeah.
We are all auditory, kinesthetic, and visual. Sometimes one style is stronger than others, and we prefer that. But it depends on the moment. It depends on how we feel. It depends on many aspects. That's why the lessons we have, especially here at Oxford, we cater for the needs of all the 3 styles: auditory, kinesthetic, and also visual. Okay. All right, people. Here we have the final part. Write 3 good activities for learning English based on your learning style. So here we have an example. I'm an auditory learner. Listening to music in English is a good activity for learning English. So what do you think? Can you give a sentence? Can you make a sentence based on your learning style? You can say, what do you think, Julie? Are you visual? Yeah? Yeah, according to the lessons you gave last week, I think you are visual. Remember. So we can put like that. I'm a visual learner. So visual and auditory as well. So let's make a sentence on visual, okay? So I'm a visual learner. Then let's start the other sentence with a gerund. So watching videos Let's put it this way. Look, we are using a gerund as the subject. So the verb has to be in the third person singular. So we can put helps me a lot. Okay? I cannot say watching videos help. No. Watching videos helps me a lot. Okay? What about you, Felipe? What do you think you are in relation to learning style?
I think I am visual and auditory. Almost. I
Okay.
think I am most. No, I am visual, more visual.
More visual than
than
auditory.
auditory.
Okay. All right. So you can also make up a different sentence using that. I'm a visual learner here. So what else do visual students like? Seeing pictures or let's make a sentence like this. Seeing pictures on the board. Or not pictures necessarily, but seeing the words, right?
This is aqueles esquemas que o pessoal faz de estudo até, tipo,
Infographics.
yeah, it's kind of, but tipo um mapa mental,
Oh,
you know?
I know, brainstorming.
Yeah.
Okay. So we can say graphics in terms of, yeah, in general, we can say, oh, we can also say brainstorming.
Yeah.
Okay. So brainstorming on the paper. Helps me to learn better. Okay, there you go. So when you brainstorm on the paper, you could, yeah, I know.
You know?
Yes, yes, I know. Yeah. All right. So here we have two examples. All right, people. Okie dokie. So moving on. Let's see there. So we're done with this part. Let me just go back to our page on Google Classroom because I want to show you one activity using gerunds as subjects, just to consolidate this a little bit more, okay? So let's go here. There are some files for you to see, okay, guys? This one here is very interesting because it gives you the definition of gerund in English, right? So take a look. Look. Can you see the image? Yes? So look, what is a gerund? A gerund is the ing form of a verb used as a subject or object in a sentence. I like this definition because it's very concise. It summarizes really well what a gerund is. Okay. Here we have two examples. Look, running is my favorite form of exercise. Running is my favorite form of exercise. So this is a gerund. Okay? Another example. We like running. Okay? So we use running as the object. Here, the verb with ing is being used as the object of a sentence especially because I'm using a verb of emotion. Okay? Next one, look, not a gerund. We are running. Now you can see, right? The difference. This is present continuous. This is a correct sentence, but in this sentence, are running is a verb. Okay? Just to reinforce what we saw. Okay? Look, a gerund is the base form of a verb plus ing. This is what we call a gerund in terms of form, okay? Gerunds can be used as nouns, okay? Look, verb plus ing, noun. So work plus ing becomes working. Pay plus ing becomes paying. Improve plus ing becomes improving. All right? And then finally here we have gerunds as subjects, because this is the point from lesson 11. Look, a gerund can be the subject of a sentence. It is always singular. We use a third person singular verb after a gerund. So look at the two options here. Can you read the examples, please, Felipe?
Voting is an important responsibility. Choosing candidate takes time.
Yes. So here they're talking about elections, right? And we can see they are using gerunds as subject. And observe that the verb that follows is always in the third person singular form if the sentence is in the present. Okay? All right.
Teacher, can I drink some?
Yes, sure. Yeah, we're almost going for the break.
For the break.
What time is it?
It is 10 and 7.
10:07.
10:07.
Yes, we can go for the break. I will just close now. I finished this part. I wanted to show you the files. And after the break, I will show you the homework I would like you to do about this topic. Okay? So let's go for our break now, and we can come back after 10 minutes. Let me take a picture before we go. All right. So Stephanie and Duda, we are going to have a break now of 10 minutes, right? So at 10, actually it's 10:18, we come back. All right? Thank you, girls. I will turn off the camera. Let's go. Okay, people, let's come back. It's 10:17, so let's get back on track here. So to help us practice a little bit, I will just show you this exercise and then the others you can do for homework, okay? So this worksheet is on Google Classroom. It's not on your book, okay? It's not in your book, actually, all right? So this is not something from the book. This is only a worksheet, okay, as you can see here. And the link is posted on Google Classroom. It's right here, all right? So you can do this again if you wish, right? And there are other activities for you to do, okay? Here, look. This is where the link is. It's posted on your page, okay? So let's go there. Just so we consolidate this idea of gerunds as subject and also after prepositions. Here we have the two examples, all right? So complete the blanks with a gerund and mark if it's working as a subject or after a preposition. So very simple. It's only one page. The first one is down. Look, smoking cigarettes is bad for you. This is the subject, right? Let's do the second one together. I'm tired of. Very good, Julie. Staying at home. This is subject or after preposition? Yes, after a preposition, okay? Of, all right? So now I'd like you to do from number 3 to number 10, and then we correct. Very easy. Okay, so you can do it visually. You don't need to write if you don't want to. But if you want, you can write on a piece of paper just the answers, okay? And then we correct. So I'll give you 1 minute for that. Let me find you here. Okay. 1 minute. Okay, guys, go ahead. All right, time's up. Let's check the answers. So number 3, guys. Learning. Okay, and then we have to put capital letter. Why? It's the beginning of a sentence, okay? I'm starting a sentence, and this is the subject, right? Learning about other cultures is the subject, okay? So here, I should choose subject. Number 4, what did you put? Okay. Uh-huh. Buying a house is not affordable. This is a typo. So subject or after preposition, yes. Okay. Number 5. Paola is interested in,
Traveling.
yes, traveling to Europe alone. Which one is that?
After.
Yes. Number 6.
Getting the job is amazing.
Good. And look how we spell that verb with ing. First, capital letter, okay? And now, if I want to add a suffix there, I need to double
The T.
the T, okay? Right? Getting a good job is not easy. Subject or after preposition.
Is it true that some natives will speak the Gerund get like getting?
Yeah, exactly.
Enough.
Okay, getting a good job. Sometimes they omit the final part and they go like getting a good job and they link. Number 7, I'm scared of getting again. Here, we don't need capital letter, right? Great. Here, it's subject or after a preposition. Yes. All right. Scared is very afraid, okay? Terrified. So I'm scared of getting sick. Number 8, capital letter, living. Here we drop the final letter, the vowel. So we put ing and we eliminate the final vowel. Okay? Now here, there is a mistake. I will correct. We don't say in the only if we say in the downtown area. If we use the word area here, then I can say living in downtown area can be stressful. Okay?
How should we say this?
This one here is living downtown can be stressful. So here we should eliminate the preposition and the article. Okay? Because with the word downtown, we don't use prepositions. Okay? We go downtown, we leave downtown. Okay? So it's strange, but that's the way it is. So living downtown can be stressful. Subject or after preposition. Good. Number 9, Shakira is famous for singing. Plus ing. Okay? After preposition. She's famous for singing pop songs. The last one here, going. Going out is dangerous because of COVID-19. Here we should eliminate the article. This is a mistake. Okay? We don't need to use the article here. So we should say, going out is dangerous because of COVID-19, period. Now, if we put something after, like for example, COVID-19 virus or pandemic, then okay, then we keep the article. Okay? So going out is dangerous because of the COVID-19 pandemic. or because of the COVID-19 virus. Here, we don't have a noun after COVID-19, so then we eliminate the article. Okay? Yeah, only 16, but let's do this together.
Yeah.
We are excited about making our own TV show after preposition. My children are not happy about seeing a dentist. Yes, okay. No children actually, right? Actually, nobody likes seeing a dentist, especially children. So they are not happy about seeing a dentist. I'm not interested in writing poems. Observe that here, just like here, we drop the final vowel and then we add ing, writing or writing. So after preposition. Number 14, we talked about studying. Yeah, in another city. So here, after the preposition as well. Number 15, eating, capital letter. Eating fruits and vegetables is good for your health, okay? That's the subject. Number 16, I'm tired of, yes, waiting for you. After a preposition. Okay, now finish. Let's check the answers. Everything green, yay. 10 out of 10, okay? All right, people, you got it? So here on our page, you have the link if you want to do this one again. There is also another one here, and these are the ones from the next topic we are going to talk about. Okay, so let's go back to our book. We finished this page. Let's move on to page 130. Hopefully, it's there. Let's reload the page. Yes, we're moving on. So, what's that? No. Just a second. Okay, guys, we're opening the book again because, as you know, this book has kind of timer. So if you stay a long time on a specific page, it simply doesn't load the other one. So look. Yeah, it's so strange, isn't it? So let me go back there. This is 130. Oh. Wow, I think that's about. Yes, I'm able now. We're back. Thank God. All right, people. So this page will start a new phase of the lesson. This is 11.1, making a change. All right. So let's take a look here. In your opinion, what makes people happy in their jobs? What do you think? What do you think?
I think what the response,
Mhm.
the good, the I know the good sense, the vibe, the good vibe in the place.
Yeah. Environment.
Yes.
Yes.
The environment.
Environment. If the environment is good, if you like what to do.
Yeah.
Great. Do you agree, Chinwei? Yes, do you think that's something important to enjoy your job? Yeah. Oh, great. So, why are some people unhappy? What do you think? Come on, girls, the ones who are online, Stephanie, Duda. You can always participate if you want by writing here on the chat board if you don't want to speak. Okay? So why do you think some people are unhappy at work? Maybe they don't get a good pay, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they.
I think these I think they think or they or either or they think or they have a lack of something.
Mhm.
I see that they think because they can be they can have a lack. They miss something, but it actually they have.
Mhm.
But sometimes it is that they miss something. It's the miss.
Yeah, something is lacking.
Yeah,
Something is lacking.
So
Something is
they
missing.
are.
Mhm.
They have not a good pay,
Mhm.
so they have not a good environment.
Mhm.
But then
Okay.
they
Not enough chances to grow.
grow up.
To grow the company. Okay, so watch the video and then answer the two questions here. What are Sarita's two jobs? And does she like her jobs? How do you know? So let's see.
My name's Sarita Liu. I'm from California, and I live in Brooklyn, New York.
So we're having some problems.
I'm a professional dancer, and during the day I dance.
Look. Yeah. Sorry, guys. So what am I going to do? I'm going to show you the transcript of the video instead of listening because
And in my free time, I teach yoga.
yeah, no way. So okay, can you see that, people? Yes, I'm not playing anymore because it's breaking up. Our connection is unstable, right? So she says here, my name is Sarita Lowe. I'm from California and I live in Brooklyn, New York. I'm a professional dancer, and during the day I dance, and in my free time I teach yoga. I love yoga because it's good for your health and it makes people happy. Yoga is a leisure time activity, but it's also a challenging sport. On an average day, I wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning and I drink some juice. I go to the subway and go to the dance studio. I do modern dance. I don't do ballet. I do jazz dance. I also do West African dance and hip hop. I have a dance DVD that I sell to help people exercise. It's called Dance and Be Fit, Hip Hop Cardio. I practice. I sometimes perform. So after work, I go uptown to the yoga school and I teach my yoga class. In my typical yoga class, I have 6 or 7 students. In the beginning of class, we sit and breathe. Then we stand and stretch. We stretch for 30 minutes. Then we sit down and we stretch on the ground. My favorite part of class is the end of class. We sit, relax, breathe, and it feels really good. So after teaching yoga, I'm usually pretty tired. So I go home and make dinner. After dinner, sometimes I watch a movie or old TV shows before I go to bed. I don't have a lot of free time, but when I do, I try to socialize with friends. I feel lucky that I teach yoga and that I dance every single day. It makes me feel amazing and I'm really healthy. Ooh, good. I get tired from teaching all the time and dancing all the time, but I don't work in an office and I love what I do. So I feel pretty lucky. Good for her. It's so good, isn't it? All right. Okay. So let's go back here to our lesson and see what are Sarita's 2 jobs.
Dancing.
She's a dancer and yoga instructor. Okay, good. Dancer and yoga instructor. Does she like her jobs? Yes, she does. How do you know?
She told us.
Yes, she said that. She said it's amazing. She said it makes her feel really good. She is healthy. So only positive comments, right? So let's check out the answers. Thank you. Yeah, when the internet is bad, this is what happens. So she's a dancer and a yoga teacher. Here can be yoga instructor or yoga teacher, okay? Does she like her dogs? Yes, she does. How do you know? She's happy and she says that she loves what she does. Right? Imagine dancing every day.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would like that. I like dancing, but every day, I don't know. Yoga, yeah, it's okay, but not every day either.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think twice a week. It's okay. Yeah. So, um, look at the vocabulary for talking about work. Find 3 things Serena does and 3 things she doesn't do. Here in the box. Try to find there 3 things that she does. Yes, good. Now let's see 3 things that she doesn't do. Okay, so we will highlight that. The things that she does, we will use green, okay? So what do you think she does here?
She helps. She helps.
Uh-huh.
Has a part-time job.
Yes, she has a part-time job.
And makes people happy.
Good. All right. Okay. Maybe this one here, because whenever you are teaching something, you're always learning new skills. But let's keep it that way.
Yeah.
Okay. 3 things. Now, 3 things she doesn't do.
She is not home for a long time.
So let's put this purple. She doesn't work for a large company.
No.
She doesn't work in office.
She's not looking for a new job.
Not looking for a job. Okay. Right? Good. Let's check the answers to that.
It's
Yeah. This is the connection. Anyway, guys, it's correct. We know the answers. All right. Okay. Now, look at the statements. Choose the ones that are true for you. Okay? So look, I will give you 30 seconds to choose the statements that are true for you. Now, this is personal. Okay? Good. So let's just discuss because there's no right or wrong here. Okay. So Felipe, which ones did you select?
I did the first, fourth,
The third, okay.
the fourth,
The fourth,
the fifth, and
the ninth,
the ninth, and the 10th.
okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I need to learn new skills. I have always need to learn new skills for every kind of,
Mm-hmm.
if not, skills about subjects, basics, or even to work on Excel,
Mm-hmm.
or even to have more patience or be more tasks.
Be faster, okay, be more
Yeah, and
effective.
I was looking for a new job because I have no job.
Okay, all right.
And I'd like to get a job that helps people. That's true.
Oh, that's good.
Like more, when I look for a job normally, I always look for my shoe, but I like to help people.
Mhm. Okay, all right. What about you, Julie? Which ones did you select? Number 3, okay. Mm-hmm. And 10. All right. Why? Do you have a job? Yes? You work with your father? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Your father? Father and mother. Oh, no. Only mother. Okay, you work with your mother. She has a bar. Oh, great. Okay, so you help her. Good. All right. So, you learn something at work every day, right? So this is the thing that I was learning. Do you want to have a bar of your own when you grow up and when you start working grow up after you graduate? What do you want to do? When you go to college, right? All right. Are you going to college now or high school? You finished. Okay.
But do you want to go to college?
You don't want to go to college. No. Oh, okay, radiology, technical course. That's nice. Okay, good. That's my question. Yeah, this is what I wanted to know. All right. So now look at the picture. Where does the woman work? What do you think?
She wants to office.
Probably, yeah.
Like HR, human resources.
Human resources.
Resources.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah. Do you think she loves what she does?
I don't know. It seems in this picture, it seems that she does not love what she does, but perhaps she is a little just
Tired, right?
just fine.
Yeah. Probably she's just reading a text.
And writing the
Yeah. Making some notes, maybe. Maybe she's trying to solve a problem, find a solution to a problem. So it's not really clear whether or not she is tired or she loves her job. We don't know. It seems that she's trying to do something and
yeah.
she's just taking some time to think. Okay. All right.
It's clearly that she's not not hard work of hand, some, but of a mental problem.
Yeah, she's been working hard because there are lots of papers here
Yeah.
on the table. So maybe she's trying to solve a problem,
Yeah.
or maybe she's studying.
Yeah,
right?
I was about to say that.
Yeah.
If someone in this picture
Mhm.
you say and does not say that she is at work, I would say she's at.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Especially by the quality of the paper.
Yeah, but we'll
We can see that.
And it seems, if you look at right down and at the left, it seems not, it seems that it's a rule,
Yeah, that's true. All right. So let's move on to the last page of our lesson today. Here, they bring a small tip on listening. Okay. And the tip here has to do with understanding the structure of a talk or radio program. So before we see that, let me ask you, do you listen to the radio? Yeah, it's not very common nowadays, right?
That in America, still today,
Mhm.
it's
Yeah, a lot of people listen to the radio. Yeah, in the car. Yeah, driving to work.
when I was younger, my father used to listen to the radio. Listen to Beetlejuice
Okay.
radio. But that's the only thing. I don't have the costume to listen to the radio.
You'll have to have it. Yeah. Me neither. Not now. I used to listen to the radio a lot when I was younger. Not only radio shows, but music. It was very common to listen to some radio stations that I like.
Yeah, I have in the school that he hears the radio in the music station.
He listens to music.
Music through the night, after midnight.
Oh, I see. Yeah, some people do that. They love listening to music on the radio late at night
Yeah.
because the playlists are really good. They're relaxing. Some of them are from the 80s, the 90s. So that's really good.
True.
So talks and radio programs usually have the same structure. The introduction, let me focus that, okay? The introduction presents the topic. Then the speaker gives information and examples to answer questions about the topic. The conclusion gives a summary and makes the final statement about the topic. Understanding the structure helps you to focus and plan your listening. So when we are listening to a radio show or a radio program, not necessarily a radio show, but when it's a talk or radio program, they usually follow the same structure. There is an introduction, okay? Then the speaker gives information and examples, just like we do when we present a project.
Yeah.
When we present a project here, it's similar to a talk. We introduce the topic, then we give information and examples about the topic, right? And then we have a conclusion. The conclusion gives a summary and makes a final statement about the topic. So these are very important steps And it's nice to help you plan your project presentation. Introduction, development, conclusion. Okay? So it's nice to help you structure presentations in general. Okay? Do you know what a final statement is? We have two things here in the conclusion, a summary and a final statement. What is a summary? Do you know, Julie? What is a summary? Stephanie, Duda. What is that? So Felipe.
It's like in Portuguese.
Yeah.
You know, resume.
Yes. Actually, in English, the word resume is a false cognate.
Yeah, actually, that's.
So to resume is to come back to where you stopped.
Yeah.
And pick up from there. Here, a summary, it's like a short narrative of what you did before. It's when you summarize the points. After you give the speech, after you present, you say, all right, so what did we talk about today? We talked about this, and this. Summary. Okay?
It's like to recapitulate.
Yes, very good. When you study for a test, it's nice to make a summary of the subject because it helps you study for the test. And a final statement, what is a final statement?
A logic conclusion, or at least something that you think.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Very good, Stephanie. And I'm saying that it's also good, or it also applies to our topic when we present a project here, okay? You can use the same structure to present your projects, okay? You make an introduction, then you give information, then examples, and you make a conclusion. You give a summary, and you make a final statement. And my question here now is, what is a final statement? No? A statement is a sentence, okay? So you say a final sentence to close your presentation. On a radio program or a talk, there is always a final statement. It's like a sentence that is strong and that summarizes everything that was said before, okay? So it's a very good sentence that gives a closing, all right?
A gente fazendo trabalho desse jeito.
Uhum.
Tinha o que no início tinha um sumário que falava nosso trabalho,
Uhum.
ela tinha feito o trabalho e mostrava a conclusão. A gente falava mais um pouco do que a gente falou.
Yes, exactly. Very good. Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay.
I should say one thing. Actually, more radio or talk programs use,
Mm-hmm.
for example, this slide that I described. This is the shape
Mm-hmm.
of the interview.
Yeah.
So, programs
Mm-hmm.
do this.
Yes. So let's just organize here. Excellent, Felipe. That's exactly it. So in the introduction, we present the topic, okay? Here we go. So after that, okay, after you present the topic, you give information and examples. So this is the second step, okay? I'm going to change the color so you know what comes next. And information and examples. The third step, conclusion, okay? So we have introduction, development, and conclusion, okay? In the conclusion, let's see here in blue, we have a summary and a final statement, okay? Here we have the three parts of a presentation. It can be any presentation, all right? A radio program, a talk show, or something that usually when you watch a talk show on TV, it's the same. Have you ever seen Fábio Porchat's show on TV? Que história é essa, Porchat? Que história é essa? Right? So there is an introduction, then they have the information and the example. So a lot of people talk about their experience. They are usually funny. After that, Fábio Porchat makes a conclusion. He gives a summary of what the people said, but in a funny way. He says, okay, never travel with fulano, because if you travel with fulano, you can have problems. And then he makes a final statement. It's usually something funny as well, and then he closes his program. Okay? So it's a very good way to make a presentation, a talk show or radio program. So read the information from a radio program. Then match each statement to a part of the structure. So here we have introduction, examples, conclusion. So let's do the matching. I don't know, you can see really well now. I think it's complete. Yeah. Let's see the statements. The first one. Mindy talks about why she isn't looking for a new job now. Letter B. The narrator talks about things we can learn from Mindy. C. The narrator tells us that many people have jobs they don't like. Letter D. Mindy talks about how she's trying to be happier at work. And finally, letter E. Mindy tells us why she doesn't like her job. So which one do you think should go in the introduction? What do you think?
I would say the introduction would be.
Yes, don't you think this is more specific about Mindy? Remember, the introduction presents the topic. Okay, so which one here do you think best presents the topic?
I didn't see.
Okay.
See. I would say C.
All right. This is an introduction.
Yeah.
The narrator tells us that many people have jobs they don't like. So this is a good way to start. Okay? We can say that, oh, a lot of people have jobs they don't like. This is super common. Now, let's see the first example.
So I would say then E.
This is one example. Do you think it's the first one?
I should say the first
Okay. All right.
I would say the first one because then in she would say either why she's looking for a new job because he has
Yeah.
the job, but she doesn't like really.
So first, she doesn't like her job.
Yeah.
Number two, what do you think?
I would give first.
Here, letter D.
No, that's A.
Letter A.
Letter A.
Mindy talks about why she is looking for a new job now.
Yeah. And then the
Okay.
example.
Okay. You think 3 is letter D?
Yeah.
Okay. And what about the conclusion then?
B.
Letter B.
Letter B.
Okay. Now, listen to the radio program and check your answers to exercise number 6. Okay? So, see if we can listen. All right.
Is your job making you happy? A lot of people today are working in jobs they hate. Mindy Cruz is one of them.
I work for a large company at an office in the city. I hate being inside all day, sitting at a desk, and my job is very boring. I don't feel like I'm doing anything important or interesting.
Does that sound familiar? But Mindy, like some others, is trying to change her situation. What is she doing about it?
Yeah, my job isn't making me happy. But I'm trying to be more positive about it. I'm trying to make more friends at work and make the office more fun. My coworkers and I are taking longer lunch breaks and walking outside. Little things like that can make your days happier.
Those are some good ideas, but you're probably asking yourself, why isn't Mindy looking for a new job? Well, the answer is simple.
I want to get some more experience first. I am learning a lot on the job. I'm learning important people skills and computer skills. Also, I'm taking a business class at night. I'd like to start my own small company someday, but I need to make some money first.
So, what can we learn from Mindy? Well, if your job isn't making you happy, there are 2 things you can do to fix the problem. You can try to feel happier where you are, or you can work to find something better. Or, like Mindy, you can do both.
Okay. Now, I think we need to fix
Yeah.
something here, right?
Because she took it first about
Uh-huh.
trying to be.
So first, okay, Mindy tells us why she doesn't like the job.
The second example is C.
Okay.
The third one is A.
The third one is A, and the second one is D. Okay, I think now it's correct.
Yeah.
All right. Very good.
Fazer mais sentido.
Yeah, it makes more sense. I thought like that too, but I didn't say anything because I wanted you to see the structure. So let's check the answers. Yay! Everything correct. Awesome. So as you can see, they follow a sequence. So there is this opening, the development, and the conclusion. Now, do you know someone in Mindy's situation? And do you think her plan is good? So is there anyone in her situation that you know? A person who doesn't like her job or his job and is thinking of doing something else in the future?
I do.
Yeah, you do. Okay. And do you think her plan is good? She's trying to learn new skills, get more experience, so that she can maybe open her own company, right? So it's nice to have your own company. I think it's a good idea. Guys, the focus in this lesson, just to close here, is the present continuous in questions. So we already learned about the present continuous, but in affirmative and negative sentences. Now let's take a look at the question forms. Now this present continuous is our gerund. Okay, guys? Just to remember, all right? This is not gerund. Okay? This is a verb tense. Present continuous, right? So let's focus here. We form yes, no questions in the present continuous with am, are, or is plus subject plus ing form and then the question mark. Okay? The verb to be is in the beginning for yes, no questions. Okay? Example, can you read the question here, please, Felipe?
Is your job making you happy?
Great. As you can see, look, the verb to be comes before the subject. Okay? Is your job making you happy? Good question. Now, we can answer with a short form. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Or no, it isn't. Okay? Now, we form WH questions in the present continuous with a question word plus verb to be plus subject plus a verb in the ing form. What is she doing about it? Look, the WH pronoun first, or the question pronoun first, then verb to be, subject, and ing form of the main verb. Guys, what do we call the book? Doesn't tell you that. But what do we call this verb here with ing in the continuous tenses? What's the name of this verb? It's not gerund. What do we call that? The book doesn't say. The book is not saying it. I'm saying now, but the book doesn't bring this information. Do you know? The present continuous is the structure, the verb tense, verb to be plus the other verb in the ing form. This is the present continuous. It's a combination of verb to be and the other verb with ing form. It's a verb, not a noun. It's a verb tense. But now my question is, what do we call the main verb with ing in the present continuous? This is verb to be. And this. Present progressive. Present progressive is another name for present continuous. It's the verb tense. My question is, what's the name of this verb here? Making, doing, in the present continuous sentence. No? All right, I will write it here. Okay, let me here. I'm going to write it here. We call that present participle. Wow. Okay, guys. So the present participle is the verb plus ing, but continuous tenses. Okay? So here we have, let me just change the, yeah, okay? So when I use the present continuous, for example, if I say a sentence like this, we are studying English now, okay? So this sentence is in the present continuous, right? Look, verb to be and the main verb ing. We are studying English now, okay? So this is present continuous. We can see that. All right. So I'm just marking here that this is the verb tense we are using. So the present continuous is formed. The first part of the present continuous. Number one, verb to be, okay? And number two, present participle. Okay, guys, these are the two parts we use to form the present continuous. And now we have the names, okay? So, verb to be, here. Present participle, here. Okay? Number one and number two together, we have the present continuous. Okay? All right? Great. So, for more information, you can go to page 169. Let's do this activity here. Let me try to clear the answers. All right. Let's do this one quickly. Complete the questions about the break program in the present continuous. Okay? All right? Let's see there. The first one. Why isn't Mindy looking for a new job? Now, a question again. Number two. Verb to be first. Is Mindy's job present participle making her happy? Okay. Is Mindy's job making her happy? So here, Mindy's job is singular. So I have to use the verb to be accordingly. Okay? Number three, question.
Is she fine in conversation?
Good. Excellent. Verb to be and then present participle. Is she trying? Okay. Excellent. Number 4. We have a WH pronoun. What is she doing? Okay. What is she doing during lunch breaks? Verb to be, present participle. In this case, we have the question pronoun first. Next one. What kinds of skills? The subject is Mindy. Is Mindy learning? Okay, I'm talking about Mindy. So what kind of skills is she learning? Okay, all right. Number 6. What class is she taking at night? All right. Verb to be, present participle. Checking the answers. Everything correct. All right, people. So we don't need to do number 10 now. Okay. So I just want you to think about the last one. Think of something in your life you are trying to change. What are you doing about it? Think about it, okay? Bring the answer next class. Here there is an example, all right? I want to buy a house. I'm working part-time to make money. Okay? But this one here, I really want you to think it over and then bring next week. We can discuss, right? All right, people. Let me show you our page on Google Classroom again. What did we learn today? Let's have a summary. Today we talked about ing forms as subjects. Very good. Yes, or gerunds. Excellent. Then we talked about, do you like your job? We saw the radio program example, and we learned the structure of a presentation or a program. Finally, we talked about present continuous questions, right? And then we learned that to make the present continuous, we need to have the verb to be and the present participle. In questions, the verb to be comes before the subject, okay? For homework, I'd like you to do the worksheets we posted here. There are 2 worksheets I posted that you need to do on your notebook, because here you can't write. Oh, it's not possible to show. But if you open on your cell phone, you will see that this is not digital. It's like a PDF, okay? Actually, here it's image. So you can just put the answers to practice on your notebook. So we have present continuous WH questions, present continuous yes, no questions, all right? So people, just before we go, I'd like to tell you something really important, because this week, I mean tomorrow, is St. Patrick's Day. I don't know if you know anything about St. Patrick's, but it's the patron of Ireland, actually. So, but English-speaking countries usually celebrate St. Patrick's Day. So just for you to know about it, I will post here on Google Classroom a video about St. Patrick's Day for you to to know more about this celebration. And then next class, we will talk about it, okay? I want you to tell me what you think, your observations, because we have to go, right? But I will post here on Google Classroom something for our discussion, okay? Oh, really?
Yeah.
How nice. How interesting. Okay, guys. So thank you so much for coming. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Eduarda. And everybody who is watching the video, thank you. Thank you so much. Have a nice weekend. Do your homework, right? And we meet again next week. All right, Julie. All right, Felipe. So let me take a final picture here. Okay. Thank you, girls. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. I need you to sign the attendance, please, right? So get a blue pen. If you don't have one, I have one there. It's right there on the table, okay? All right, people. So thank you so much. See you next week. Bye-bye.